time to perfection. The leaders have been swept up by the whole peloton here as they make the final lap.
There's a crash.
And there's a massive crash there. And we're still a long way from the finish here. So we'll see who's left lying in the road. Everybody's looking over the shoulders. Once again, the sound of tangling metal. And this, in fact, is Edward Borganoff who's gone down. He's one of them.
Well, that was right at the front end of the main field, Phil, and that's just the tension I think that all of these sprinters are under at the moment. You can see moving up there, Omega Pharma Lotta. That must mean that Andre Greipel is in good form this afternoon. Number 11, doing a lot of pacemaking at the front, is Lance Armstrong himself, trying to preserve the position of Robbie McEwen.
Well, Armstrong is reverted to a teammate and a team leader here, and this is trouble at the back because this is Matthew Goss running for the spare bike and grabbing one off the car. That was a bad time for the line on good clear days. These boys just concentrating on the man in front just now because this is Matthew Goss coming back to the field.
Helped there by his erstwhile teammate there, Bernie Eisel, always ready to come and help the team if they can. Now, this is a very difficult time to have such an incident. It's going to take a lot of energy out of those legs of his for the final sprint of the day. There is the main field, but I tell you what, Phil, those last few meters are very difficult to start to get tough.
Under the banner now the sprint is opening up. He's the only Portuguese rider ever to on the stage in the Tour down in the Evans. A surprise result by Gosso last year. He's now on the same team as Robin McEwen. McEwen nowhere to be seen as they come up here. And bursting through, it's Rabobank's young man, Michael Matthews. They're not going to catch him. He has won the stage and he's not yet 21 years of age. That is an amazing win for the first-year professional. The under-23 world champion gets the win.
Well, he did, but I saw Andre Greipel in second place. Let's have a look at this again because third and fourth place are going to be extremely important because I have a funny feeling there. Matty Gosville is moving himself up there. He's looking for a bonus point or two if he can. He's got himself a third place across the line. There is Greipel just coming up, digging very deep to get himself second place. Michael Matthews, I tell you what, that was a very easy win for him.
Well, that is a tremendous start, and the Australian teams and the English-speaking teams should be kicking themselves here because they allowed this man to sign for the
first big
Dutch
Pro Tour race and first big Pro Tour win.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. My team works really well for me today. Couldn't have done it without him, and then last 3K, Tom was leading me all the way up to the front. I was like 50th wheel with about 4K to go, and Tom leads us, rode me straight to the front, and we'll be in perfect position for the sprint.
Boy, he's doing well. That's his second win of the year, too, as a pro. Michael Matthews winning ahead of the star, Andre Greipel, last year's champion. Matthew Goss in third place. But it's all about the man that wears an earring. They call him Bling, and he's back on top. But it wasn't all good news because Graham Brown, his sprinting teammate, was involved in this high-speed fall here. But he's okay, as we found at the finish.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how it happened, but you know, there's just all of a sudden a bike in the middle of the road, and I got 10 got up in it, so can't win them all.
Well, there's the big sprint, and the man coming through there in third place, Matthew Goss, is now the new leader. Here's what he's got to say.
Well, Matthew, this is a very tight race, but your third place finish today managed to get you the overall lead back.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy. Very close, and it was a very hard final. I actually punched it about 10 kilometres to go and just got back at the bottom of the climb there about 4 kilometres to go. So it was a very hard way to get the jersey back, but I'm happy to be in it now.
And this is how it looks after the halfway stage of this six-day race. Goss 2 seconds ahead of defending champion Greipel and 4 ahead of 3 riders, McEwen and Matthews and Ben Swift. But it's the lead that counts, and Matthew Goss from Tasmania is back in the lead. In the Jayco sprint jersey, he's got that too, so this will...
Cameron Meyer, big day out, not just the stage victory, but the overall lead in the Tour Down Under. Must be a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, definitely a very good feeling. Didn't expect it. Obviously, most of the stages come down to sprints, and it's been dominated by the sprinters. But we gave ourselves every opportunity by putting 2 in the break today, and we played our cards right. We got to near the finish line and then really drove it in the last 30k, and they didn't quite get us.
I heard Robbie McEwen say that he told his teammates to not underestimate this guy out in front. They didn't really want to chase you down. It was the job of other teams, but I think that the other teams certainly did underestimate you.
Yeah, it's obviously guys like myself and Jack Bobridge and that, we love to time trial, and that's one of our specialities, I guess, when you get down to the last 30k of the bike race and you're out in front, you just had that little bit extra to keep the peloton away, and they gave us too much leniency, and I had a sniff and I went for it, and in the end of the day they gave us just a little bit too much gap.
Just so everybody knows, you are also the World Madison champion on the track, the World Team Pursuit champion on the track, and of course the points race as well, out here winning road races. What's the next step for you?
Oh, yeah, it's been good racing the track and the road, and we've got a great setup with the high performance program and my professional team. And obviously, I'm trying to juggle both, and I've got the World Track Championships coming up in a couple of months, and then I'll look to the Giro d'Italia after that. So it's going to be a busy year, but at the moment, I love racing and doing both the track and the road.
Before the Track Worlds and the Giro, we've got the Queen Stage, Jayco Stage 5 here at the Tour Down Under with 2 times up Wollonga Hill. Pretty sure you'll get over that climb, but then you've got the sprints on the last day, which Matt Goss will be certainly gunning for to try and get those time bonuses.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting tour, I think, over the next couple of days. Obviously, I can't contest with guys like Matt Goss and Andre Greipel. They're the best sprinters in the world, and they're a bit too quick for me. But tomorrow up Wollonga, we're going to see how it plans out. Maybe I can get a little bit of a gap over the top of Wollonga, and then maybe I'll have a couple of teammates, which I'm very confident they can do the job, and maybe drive it to the finish, and maybe just open up a little few more gaps before that last stage. But we don't know what's going to happen. But I'll try and keep this jersey on the shoulders as long as I can.